So, good morning, everyone. I'm Rimzana from Sri Lanka, and currently I'm living in Japan with my husband and daughter. And I got to know Mr. John Brito. I was introduced to him when I was studying in Al Bukhari International University. I was an Al Bukhari scholar. Lucky I got that scholarship so that I could mingle up or I could associate with a lot of friends who are living around the world. So I consider myself lucky in that way.
So now you are exposed to Malaysia, you are exposed to Sri Lanka, and now in Japan. So
Yes.
just articulate something, some of your experiences, thoughts about COVID context in Sri Lanka and in Japan.
Uh, okay. As I come from Sri Lanka and my nationality is Sri Lanka, I'll start with Sri Lanka. So in Sri Lanka, the first case was identified around 2 months ago, and she was a Chinese lady who had visited Sri Lanka for a short period of time. So when she was infected, she was treated and she recovered very soon. So the people were not very serious about this disease spreading because she was not a local, she was a foreigner, so they were thinking like, no, this is not going to spread. It just came from China and she's a Chinese lady. So this was how people were thinking. And then when it got serious was suddenly after around 2 or 3 weeks, a Sri Lankan man who was working as a tour guide got infected, and he was admitted in the IDH hospital along with some of the some people who were associating with him or who were moving around with him got infected also. So people were a little more concerned about whatever is happening around them. While this is all happening, Sri Lankan government decided after around 20 to 30 cases were you know confirmed, they decided to lock down most of the systems like work from home, schools were shut down, and airport was shut down. So while they were taking all these steps, some of the Sri Lankan Sri Lankan passengers coming from Western countries, whichever is affected severely, they decided to skip this quarantine, which was imposed by government, which was planned by government. They decided to skip this and they escaped from the airport. So this was the main reason for virus to spread, according to my understanding. So after they escaped, uh, the authorities were searching for them. This was also a mistake of the authorities too, because they failed in controlling the airport system. So that is the reason why these people escaped on the particular day. This flight came from Italy, I guess. So the last case of a COVID death in Sri Lanka, a passenger who came on that flight. And currently around 166 people are being treated, and that is the confirmed number of cases in Sri Lanka, and five deaths are recorded. Around 27 are recovered already. Coming to Japan, Japan is not so transparent about the issue. So the first case was recorded in the Diamond Princess cruise, which came from China to Japan around 3 months back. It is still in the same place. They have quarantined all the passengers, around 4,000 passengers inside the cruise. At first, they identified only 2 people, and for now, it's around 700 people. 700 plus people are infected within that cruise. 617 are recovered. 11 passengers are dead due to corona. And within Japan, it's almost 3,000 plus until today affected, and 77 are dead. So this is a huge number which Japan has to consider very seriously, but it's not really taking it seriously, I think. And Japan was thinking about its economy and people are saying like, Japan government is not giving more importance to the health factor of the people, comparing to the economy, comparing to the importance that it gives to the economy of the country. Japan has invested a lot of lump sum money for the Olympic event to be held in this year, so which was planned like for the last 4 years. Japan was investing a lot of money for this event, and then suddenly when they had to cancel the event, they were really worried about their future and the economy, because last week they faced a situation where around 93% of the hotel bookings have been cancelled due to this corona issue. So, and also some countries, especially Canada, withdrew from participating in this year's Olympic. So Japan was thinking like, okay, we have to postpone the event. If not, we'll have to face the consequences. Maybe other countries will also not be participating in the event. So that they have decided to postpone the Olympic Games until next year, July 23rd. So this is the current situation in Japan.
Good. What are the consequences of this COVID-19? What will be the effect of COVID-19 on Sri Lankan society, its economy, and the family, education, and then to Japan?
Okay, Sri Lanka is a third world country which is developing. So this is going to create a huge economical issue for the country. Initially, Sri Lanka decided to shut down the schools to avoid spreading this virus, to avoid the virus spread towards these kids, the students who are studying in schools and universities. So the education is going to be disturbed. The system is getting disturbed. The lifestyle of people in Sri Lanka, most of them, they are not so rich. Around I guess around 90% of them, they live a life where they are dependent on daily wages. So they are laborers, or some of them they work for government, but still they don't get enough income. It is comparing to other countries, I don't think they earn a lot. So 10% of them, they are not really worried about spending a lot on groceries or piling up things. So the problem lies on these 90% of people, majority of them. And also this is a third world country, as I said. So if we fall, nobody is going to help us. So the economy will be down, the education system is going to go down, and comparing to the Western countries, I don't think we have a proper medical system or healthcare system, where we only have around 500 ICU beds, limited all around the country. So I don't think, if the number of patients increase, we will be able to occupy a lot of patients in the ICU sections. So we will be much affected.
How about Japan? The impact of COVID on Japan's economy and the family?
Yes. I'm not really sure about the family impacts, because they're not like so close to each other. Even parents, they live separately, not like in our communities like Sri Lanka or India, Bangladesh, and these countries, people are very close to each other. Relatives will be, mingling always. They will be having, chit chats, but these people are not like that. So I am not sure about the cultural, cultural things, or family issues that they are going to face after this. But about economy, yes, they are going to face a serious thing, because they have invested a lot in this Olympic, and some countries have already banned Japanese travel, Japan citizens coming into their country because COVID is spreading virally in Japan. The graph is, showing a drastic increase.
It's a clear shutdown, right, in Sri Lanka?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is a clear shutdown in the areas where like number of patients are identified. Even if there is one person identified, they shut down the whole place. But they are giving some time, like around from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. They can go out and get their things done.
Oh, okay. So,
Yes.
so in this situation, how you think that students or parents, they can spend this time productively?
Uh, Most of the time, we fail to realize the importance of our family members. So we've got a chance to spend some more time with them, some quality time with the family members. We can eat together, we can talk to them, and even if we know something, we can share it with them. Like, if you're doing some craft things or whatever, you could be teaching your kids to do that during this free time because they will not be going anywhere out. So you could make it a quality time. And another thing is avoid going out. If your government says no, don't go out and be at home, stay home. You could do much more things at home. You could share your household things between husband and wife, or between children and parents. Teach them how to do these household things. So this is how it is supposed to work.
Um, Regarding Japan, I've heard
Mm-hmm.
that a great portion of the population is old aged. And
Yes.
in Italy, most of the deaths were from this old aged population. So, do you think that
Yes.
that would affect also in Japan?
Yes, that might affect them, but most of them, they are really healthy people because though they are 80 plus or 60 plus, they are not really dependent on someone else. They are not dependent on their kids. They're not dependent on anyone else. Government supports them with the financial aids. They do their things alone. They go out, they buy their groceries, they live their own life. So I don't think the age could be a factor which will put them in towards this disease, but they are mentally strong and physically strong, I think.
And regarding Japan, as you said, they are also more disciplined people. It's also beautiful
Yes.
and culturally very aesthetic. And at the same time, it is they have a very modern. They have a modern life. It's industrialized
Yes.
life. So it's a kind of combination of both keeping up the tradition and also going very modern. Um, but do you think that, like in Sri Lanka or in other Asian countries,
Mm-hmm.
we had a very rich tradition, more nature-centric life, but now we are going away. If you feel that, how we have gone away from nature-centric life?
uh, in our countries, like when modern things comes in, we try to adapt them and leave the tradition behind. Like we don't prefer, like like the younger generation, if there is something more traditional, they'd be feeling like, oh, my friend will be laughing at me. Like they won't be following that thing. But in this country, it is like a pride for them. If they are, they adapt to the modern things, but still maintaining or valuing the old practices and valuing uh, their culture. Us, we are not like that. When we earn something a little more, we try to push ourselves toward westernization, but these people are not like that. So at the end of the day, we should remember that nothing is permanent and nothing is certain in this world. So whatever that we have given importance we might lose within a second. Now, without us knowing, they will be leaving us. May it be money or relatives or whatever it is. So we should know to prioritize things and to give importance to the other human being, family members or neighbors, and whoever that we are coming across with. Make sure that you respect the healthcare system and whoever is working for you, the government sectors, especially the government workers, police, and the healthcare workers, doctors or nurses or cleaners, whoever it is, respect them. Whoever is coming to your house in order to help you, treat them nicely. That is the best thing that you could do during this time. And respect the law. Again and again I'm saying, respect the law. Don't go out. If your government say don't go out, it is lockdown, it is lockdown. So remember this, don't go out. Use social media wisely during this pandemic situation. Don't promote any like false news. Don't spread false news during this time, at least. Make sure you use it wisely and spend time with your friends and family. Friends means you don't have to go out, just talk to them through phones and spread love. Hello everyone, this is Rimzana. Hope you guys remember me. And from Sri Lanka. And I'm not being in touch with all of you for a longer period of time. It's been around 5 years since I come from Malaysia. I still want to keep in touch with you all. Currently, I'm living in Japan with my husband and daughter. Not working, a full-time housewife, and will be working sooner. And now I'm doing some craft works. As you guys know, I'm more into crafting and creative things. So I have started a YouTube channel, and I've been uploading some videos about making greeting cards and so on.
You can show your daughter.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's
Hi.
my daughter. Shahada,
Hello.
say hi. Say hi.
Shahada Tata Patingla.
Hi.
Hi.
Tata.
Yes. Very good. Very cute.
Say I
Very
love you.
beautiful.
I love you, everyone.
We also love
Say
you.
I love you.
Oh.
I love you. Okay. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. She's my daughter, Shahada Batul, and I hope you guys will be still keeping in touch with me. Follow me on my YouTube channel, or even under this video, you guys could comment. I'll reply. Okay.
I'll give the link
hope
of
you-
your YouTube channel.
Okay, sir. Okay. So hope you guys are all doing good. And thank you.